Hey, Mama. So, you may have heard of the great debate in the online space about whether or not you should put your prices on your website. And I have some thoughts on this and I wanted to share them on the podcast. So, we're going to be talking all about price transparency and really diving into things you should consider when it comes to whether or not you should list your prices on your website. All right, let's jump into today's episode. Hey, Mama, are you tired of feeling stressed and overwhelmed trying to grow your online business with your babies at home? You desire more flexibility in your day, allowing you to pour into your family, yourself, and your business without running yourself into the ground. Mama, you can build your dream business and do it in a way that fits your current season of life. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Welcome to the Mama Turned Mompreneur podcast. I'm your host, Andria Singletary, daughter of the king, wife, mama of two, and life and business coach for mompreneurs. On this podcast, you will learn business strategies made for mamas just like you, who desire to be successful CEOs and fully present mamas without stress or overwhelm. So whether you're an entrepreneur who transitioned to a mompreneur or a mama turned mompreneur, I am here to support you. So grab your coffee, notebook, and pen, put in those earbuds, and let's dig in. So should you put prices on your website? So honestly, this is something you have to decide for yourself, but I am going to speak from my own experience. So if I have a need and I'm searching Google, trying to find somebody who can support me with that need, I kid you not, if I have to go on a hunt to find your prices, if I have to book a call to find your prices, I'm going to go on to the next person. And the reason why is that I have two little ones at home. My time and capacity are limited. I really don't want to have to get on a call. And when you have good copy and when you have basically you can fulfill the need that I need you to fulfill and you have that proof, those testimonials, that social proof and everything, I don't necessarily need to get on a call with you. I just want to know how much it is to make sure that you're within my budget. That's what it boils down to for me. So I am all for listing your prices on your website. Now, there are some people who aren't for it, and reason being is that they typically do like maybe custom packages. There's a word for it. I can't think of what it is right now, but they do these custom tailor packages, and each package is like it's an individual package that's customized to the client, which I totally get. But at the same time, I know they have to be working from a starting point. There's a starting investment. There's a point, a financial point, a monetary point, a price that they are not going to go lower than, that they're going to start at. And so if that is the case, at least put the starting at price so I can know whether or not you are within my budget or you're way outside of my budget, you know? And that's something you really want to think about, not listing your prices. Is that going to deter people from working with you? Is that going to impact you signing new clients? Because there are people who feel that way. They just want to know the price. Nobody wants to get on a call just to find out that you're way outside of their budget. Like, that's just frustrating because it wastes your time and it wastes my time. So you really want to think about that. And again, like if you do custom packages, figure out what your base point is. What is your starting price? And you can list that. But again, like I said, you have to do what's best for you. What I really want you to think about is maybe you haven't listed your prices on your website, and maybe you're not getting as many inquiries as you would like. That could be impacting that. So you really want to reflect on that. And you can even do market research on this, poll your community to see what their preference is. I know that there was recently on Threads a major conversation about it. And a lot of people voiced their opinion. They voiced, their opinion being a business owner who either lists their prices or don't list their prices. And then also from, the client perspective of being someone who is, looking for a specific service and wanting to know, what the price is before they move forward. So if you are going to list your prices, please make sure that your prices are easily found. Like, we shouldn't have to do a wide search on your website to find your prices. You don't want to make it harder for the potential client. You don't want to make it so that they're getting frustrated because they can't find their prices. I know another thing that people sometimes do is basically you hand over your email to download their pricing guide. I don't think you should do that. Like I said, I have bypassed people where if I have to give you my email just to find out how much it is to work with you, I'm not going to do that. But of course, everybody has their own preference, but you really want to think about the customer journey. Is this something that is going to turn somebody off from working with you? Is this something that's going to frustrate somebody? And it could be that you are an amazing person to work with and you maybe even are within the person's budget, but they don't want to go that extra mile to find that out. And so we always want to make things easy on people. We want to make it an easy yes, so to speak. So you want to consider all of those things. Like I said, you can do a starting at point. That is totally fine. That still gives people a general idea of, what your price range is, whether or not you're in their budget. And they still may have to get on a call with you, which is totally fine. But at least they're going into that call knowing already whether or not you are within their budget, whether or not that this is something that can work out for them. But you don't want them to go into this call like wondering whether or not, they can even afford your services, because that's what they're going to be focused on. That's what they're going to want to know. And so you may be sharing all this other great information, but they may not even be tuning in because they're over here trying to figure out how much it is to work with you. So you just want to make it easier on your potential clients. Again, you want to make it an easy yes. You don't want to make it so that they're having to jump through all of these hoops just to find out whether or not you're within their budget. And if you are serving moms with young children, you especially do not want to make it hard on us. Like I said, I am someone, if I can't find your price and if I'm being told I have to get on a call or I have to download your pricing guide, I'm just going to go on to the next person because I don't have the time or capacity to do that. Like I said, I have 2 little ones. And getting on Zoom calls when they're with me is hard. So think about your customer. Think about how you can make it easy on them. Think about what you can do to create even just an amazing experience from the first time they come to your website. All of that is part of the customer journey. All of that impacts whether or not they move forward with you. And so if they get to your website and they're already feeling confusion, they're already, struggling to find the information they need to find, that's going to impact things. That can really impact your conversions. Like, you literally could be missing out on new leads. And there are people who are like, you know what? I just need somebody to do X, Y, and Z. I just need to know the price. And they will book that service without ever hopping on a call with you. But if you're not making that easy for them, then you're missing out on money. You're leaving money on the table. So this is a actually short episode. I am completely surprised. But I just wanted to share that because I know there have been, lots of talks about it. And so I'm curious, like, what are your thoughts on this? Do you list your prices on your website? Do you, feel like it's necessary? I would love to know your thoughts. Let's have a healthy dialogue about this, open conversation. So go ahead and send me a DM over on Instagram at Mama Turned Mompreneur. I would love to chat with you. All right, Mama, I'll catch you in the next episode. Well, Mama, that's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to hang with me. If you enjoyed today's episode, will you do me a favor and follow the podcast and leave a review? Hitting that follow button and sharing your thoughts about the podcast are the best ways to ensure that other mamas like you find this show. Your review also lets me know if you're enjoying this podcast, so make sure to share your thoughts before you go. All right, Mama, I'll catch you in the next episode.